Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the 2022 Safe Worker and Safe Employer Awards. I'm your MC, Annette Goski, the Director of Prevention at the Workers' Compensation Board. I always look forward to this time of year when we can learn and celebrate the innovative and meaningful ways that employees and employers are advancing safety in their workplaces. As you may know, these awards are organized by WorkSafe Saskatchewan, which is an important partnership between the WCB and the Ministry of Labour Relations and Workplace Safety. We formed our partnership in 2002 to reduce workplace injuries and fatalities in Saskatchewan and to build a safer province for us all to live and work in. As I mentioned, we're here today to shine a spotlight on the champions of workplace safety in our province. Safety on the job is something we all care about, and many employees and employers put extra thought and heart into their efforts. That's what this year's nominees and winners have demonstrated with their creative and consistent efforts to address hazards and reduce injuries. Thank you for providing your people with the safe and secure work environment they deserve. And now to share about the WCB's longstanding commitment to advancing workplace safety and the progress we have made with the support of our stakeholder partners, I'd like to introduce Gord Dabrowski, WCB's chair.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gord Dabrowski, and I'm the chair of the Saskatchewan Workers' Compensation Board. On behalf of my fellow board members, Larry Flowers, Gary Hamlin, Judy Henley, and Jack Brodsky, I am indeed honored to represent the WCB for today's Safe Worker and Safe Employer Awards. As you likely already know, these awards are organized by WorkSafe Saskatchewan, which is a joint initiative between the WCB and the Ministry of Labour Relations and Workplace Safety. Today, we are celebrating individuals and businesses in Saskatchewan that are leading the way in operating with a safety-first approach. You are being recognized for your stellar track records in reducing workplace hazards and advancing safety best practices. By meeting or exceeding the minimum safety standards of your sectors, you have nurtured environments where all employees feel supported to do their jobs safely. Last year, promoting safety in the workplace continued to be complicated by COVID-19. Recurring waves of this virus forced organizations across Saskatchewan to be more inventive and persistent in how they advanced workplace safety. But the pandemic has offered us a valuable and enduring lesson. We can never take workplace safety for granted. The submissions for this year's awards showed that workers and employers around the province were more than up to the task of achieving workplace safety. Your efforts demonstrate that it's possible to function with a high degree of safety and still be competitive. Reading through the stories you shared, we were inspired by your innovative ideas and proactive methods for addressing occupational hazards and preventing injuries in the workplace. As stewards of the workers' compensation system in Saskatchewan, it is our vision at the WCB to eliminate injuries and restore abilities. We work to achieve our vision through our mission, which is to be a customer-centric organization that continuously seeks to add value for our customers through a culture of continuous process improvement. It is through close partnerships with safety leaders like you, the nominees, that we will achieve our vision of zero injuries, zero fatalities, and zero suffering in Saskatchewan workplaces. When it comes to workplace safety, we have come a long way in our province, thanks to the workers, employers, safety leaders, and labor partners who have made this a priority. While we are heading in the right direction, there is still a need to do more. Last year, sadly, 31 workers didn't return home to their families due to a fatal injury sustained on the job. Every one of those deaths had a devastating impact on the loved one's family members, colleagues, and community. Addressing injury and fatality rates requires all of our best efforts like the ones demonstrated by our 6 nominees today. Initiatives like WorkSafe's Fatalities and Serious Injury Strategy, which was launched in 2019, will help drive this work. But it will again be the work of leaders, safety experts, employers, and workers who band together to see a decrease in serious injuries in our province. The Fatalities and Serious Injury Strategy has made inroads in educating employers and workers around the high-risk industries, occupations, and tasks within those industries that are resulting in fatalities and serious injuries. WorkSafe's focus in 2021 was in the following 8 areas: asbestos exposure, work-related motor vehicle crashes, firefighter cancer exposures, falls from heights in the construction industry, healthcare, transportation, first responders, psychological injuries, and manufacturing, specifically hand injuries. This strategy has been extended for another 5 years, and it complements the numerous other safety efforts taking place around our province to create safer workplaces. Through collaboration with key stakeholders, we have made significant strides in raising awareness among workers and employers about how to identify and mitigate the most common occupational risks. Continuing these efforts with the cooperation of employers, workers, and other key stakeholders is how we ultimately bring down injury and fatality rates and promote safe workplaces in Saskatchewan. That brings us to today, and this wonderful opportunity to showcase the safety efforts of our workers and employers like our 6 award nominees. Again, it is a real privilege for me to be among those who get to recognize all your efforts. Thank you sincerely for your ongoing focus on workplace safety.
Thank you, Gord. At this time, it is my sincere pleasure to introduce the Honourable Don Morgan, who is currently serving as Minister of Crown Investments Corporation, Minister of Labour Relations and Workplace Safety, Minister responsible for the Saskatchewan Workers' Compensation Board, Minister responsible for all major Crown corporations, including Sask Energy, SGI, Sask Power, SaskTel, Sask Gaming, and Sask Water.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us at the 2022 Safe Worker and Safe Employer Awards. As the Minister of Labour Relations and Workplace Safety, it is my pleasure to participate in this year's ceremony and bring greetings on behalf of the Government of Saskatchewan. For the last 16 years, these awards have highlighted the innovative workplace safety initiatives of workers and employers. The nominees for this year's awards have shown great commitment to fostering safe and healthy workplaces, and their efforts provide inspiration to businesses and employees across the province. Last year, ensuring workplace safety required more diligence as COVID-19 challenged every aspect of our society. The pandemic continued to have an impact of how we work and how we ensure the safety of our workplaces. And yet, in the face of these challenges, we are reminded of Canadian resilience and innovation. Employers and workers have sharpened their focus on identifying and addressing new hazards and risks. In 2008, Saskatchewan had the 2nd highest total injury rate in Canada. We determined that this was unacceptable, and in 2009, Saskatchewan employers, workers, and safety leaders focused their attention on the province's total injury rate. Today, after significant focus, attention, and strategic effort, we have been successful in reducing our total injury rate by 51%. This means that each year, fewer families and businesses suffer the devastating impacts of a workplace injury or fatality. Maintaining safe workplaces is a collective effort involving workers, employers, and our safety and labor partners. Thanks to everyone's cooperation and dedication last year, 90% of employers in the province reported 0 injuries and fatalities. While we've made significant gains in workplace safety, there is still more work to do. Each year, the Workers' Compensation Board accepts about 2,500 serious injury and fatality claims. It is vital that we continue finding ways to keep all workers safe on the job. Ultimately, workplace safety is the responsibility of each and every one of us. Working together is how we achieve 0 injuries, 0 fatalities, and 0 suffering in Saskatchewan workplaces. That brings our focus today to these exceptional nominees who have put safety first. I want to commend you for the dedication and hard work done behind the scenes to create safer workplaces for everyone. Today, we celebrate your safety efforts. Thank you again to all those who strive to improve workplace safety. and I wish everyone a productive and informative experience here at the Compensation Institute. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Minister Morgan. I'd now like to invite Kevin Mooney, the WCB's Vice President of Prevention and Employer Services, to discuss the importance of the Safe Worker and the Safe Employer Awards. Turn it over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Nat. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure, and I'm pleased to be joined with our partner, the Ministry of Labour Relations and Workplace Safety, to celebrate the 16th Annual Safe Employer and Safe Worker Awards by WorkSafe Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan has definitely come a long way in our journey to advance workplace safety in this province. In 2008, our province had the second highest workplace injury rate in Canada. And certainly every time a worker is injured or seriously injured in the workplace, it has a crushing impact on families, the community, and the province. I'm proud to say, though, that over the last 2 decades, our WorkSafe Saskatchewan partnership with the Ministry has resulted in significant increases in awareness of common workplace safety hazards and a greater focus on promoting best practices to protect workers. And we've also seen employers implement policies and protocols to ensure safety is a fundamental part of their operations. From business planning to project execution, businesses have prioritized safety as critical to their effectiveness and success. At the same time, we applaud the many workers in this province who are taking initiative to enhance safety in their workplaces. By being vocal about the safe workplaces that they deserve, supporting safety practices, and sharing their own creative solutions, workers are playing an essential role in minimizing risks in the workplace. The Safe Worker Award celebrates employees who go above and beyond their assigned work duties to foster a safe workplace and raise safety awareness. The outstanding efforts of these safety leaders help save lives and reduce injuries and illnesses. By identifying hazards and introducing new safety initiatives, these workers promote a better work environment and contribute to a healthier and safer workplace. WorkSafe Saskatchewan is happy to acknowledge workers who take the initiative and make safety a priority in their workplaces. Now let's find out a bit more about this year's 3 finalists for the Safe Worker Award and some of their extraordinary efforts that they've taken to promote best practices in safety in their workplaces. They are Sia Pelt of 9 Mile Legacy Brewing Company, Paige Freistad of Harvest Community, and Carly Chapman of Edgewood Forest Products.
My name is Paige Freistad. I am the program assistant at Harvest Community just outside of Regina. We are a production and programming work center for adults with disabilities. I've been working here for almost 2 years, and I've been working in this industry for almost 10 years. Yes, I was very surprised to be nominated. I had no idea that I was nominated. I don't often feel like I get noticed for the ideas that I have or for the work that I do. So it's really nice to feel like people are seeing who I am, seeing my ideas, thinking they're good ideas, and like going forward with it, making the changes. We take walks every day, and one of the participants that I support, he's a little bit uneasy on his feet, but he loves to come for walks. So people would hold onto his arm so that he didn't meander his way into the ditch. I noticed from my previous position, holding onto people's arms, not a great idea. If they fall or if you fall, or even just the tension that it puts on your shoulders, on your back, it's not a very safe thing, and there's gotta be a better way to help people to enjoy the things that they enjoy doing. We ended up just coming up with the solution that we can walk beside him. Walking beside him keeps him walking straight enough that it's safe for him. And then that all kind of snowballed into me taking TLR training course so that I could be a TLR trainer. I actually get to do some TLR training with some of the people that I work with, like showing them how to properly lift the boxes or the wires or moving stuff around, and they're really proud to have those skills. I kind of chuckle because they'll walk past me and go, "Look how I'm carrying this properly." And I'm like, "You're doing a great job. I'm really proud of you." And it's funny because you don't think I'm doing a good job lifting, you just do it, right? So having that mindset of actually focusing on what you're doing, and the people that we work with are very proud to have those skills. If I were to win, I guess it just means that safety is important, that people are wanting to make things better. Injuries at work doesn't just affect your work, it affects your whole life. Being able to avoid those is pretty important.
Hi, my name is Cassia Pelt. I'm the operations analyst at 9 Mile Legacy Brewing, and we're located in Riversdale in Saskatoon. I've been with 9 Mile since, I think, June 2019. During the COVID-19 pandemic, they found a role for me that was more aligned with their operations, and so I've transitioned into other roles, including safety roles specifically related to COVID-19, but I also support a number of different operations. I do a lot of data management, I help with systems development, and now I've gotten to do things that are mostly research-based. At 9 Mile Legacy, we're a brewing company, so we brew beer, but we also have a flagship tap room, so we've got a small space. We pour our own beer, and we've got local wine, we got local cider, we have food that we serve, but we also sometimes have guests come in to serve. I was given the opportunity to create a COVID-19 safety committee, and I chaired that. And in that role, I did a lot of rewriting and improvising protocols and procedures to keep COVID-19 safety kind of at the forefront of our operations. And that gave me the opportunity then to transition into an operations-based role, and I started a safety committee as we expanded into a second location. I think the biggest challenge in COVID-19 safety clearly was an evolving pandemic, but there was also the complication of adding a second location that was much larger and increased our staff by so many numbers that we needed a safety committee. So I think the challenge there was trying to create policies and create SOPs that were safe and were sound and were well thought out in a new space that I hadn't been in before. Being nominated for the Saskatchewan Safe Worker Award was a nice affirmation that the work that I was doing was important. We're gearing up to do a sustainability project, so interested in how the brewery can be reducing its carbon footprint, reducing the amount of water that they're consuming, and being more environmentally friendly. The Safe Worker Award to me is important because it recognizes safety in the workplace, but more than that, it contributes to a safety culture across Saskatchewan, and it kind of pulls people into this idea that safe work is not only just important in the workplace, but it's an important culture for us to have in general. And I like the camaraderie that something like this award imparts to people and workers across Saskatchewan.
Hi, I'm Carly Chapman. I work at Edgewood Forest Products in Carrot River, Saskatchewan. Edgewood Forest Products is a sawmill, a lumber mill. Essentially, we run logs through to make things like 2x4s, 2x6s, 1x4s, 2x3s, things like that. For me personally, what I am doing is I am cleaning up the sawmill so that the sawdust does not become a fire hazard. I was very surprised to be nominated. I had no idea that it was even in the works. When I was first called, I went, "Oh, me?" Like, I didn't think it would amount to something like this. I thought I was just doing what you do, what everybody should do. Dean was my first direct boss. He would ask every so often on their OHC tours any hazards we had found. So eventually I just started, seeing them, going to him, going back to my work. Past that, I would sit down and talk about solutions with Dean when we would have our talks sometimes. I just started helping out. I just like to help, I suppose. But I've definitely learned to speak up and have myself be heard. I was very, very timid when I started here. Giving solutions and my opinions, I'm not very shy about my opinions usually. In this realm, it seems to have definitely aided others, I think, because if somebody else had found an issue and they weren't sure if they should bring it up, I would often advise them to do so. And I always liked helping them find their own voice as well. I would always encourage new people to go and talk to the bosses about things that troubled them. When it comes to safety questions, my bosses have been very receptive. They don't give you any crap for it. They don't dismiss you for it. They tend to take your concerns very, very seriously here. It's very, very necessary. It's very much something that you have to be aware of all the time. Safety is just everything, especially in a sawmill. You can get hurt so fast if you don't listen, if you don't watch.
I'm pleased to announce that the winner of this year's Safe Worker Award is Cassia Pelt of 9 Mile Legacy Brewing Company.
My
I'm Cassie Appelt with 9 Mile Legacy Brewing. I just want to say thank you so much to WorkSafe Saskatchewan for this tremendous recognition in the safety culture that I've had a part in creating at 9 Mile Legacy Brewing. I was surprised to say the least at news of my nominations, so accepting this award is a bit surreal after a pretty busy couple of years, not just in the tap room, but in my personal life. So thank you so much. But more than anything, I want to say a big thank you to the entire 9 Mile staff. This wasn't a one-woman operation, and I had the pleasure of working alongside so many passionate colleagues during the COVID-19 pandemic in these endeavors. Thank you so much to everyone. Thanks to our team, everyone in our tap room, and everyone in our brewery who came together during such a significant overturn to the entire food and restaurant industry and worked so hard to ensure that we were putting out product in a way that was safest not only for our customers, but also for our staff. Thank you to everyone on our safety committee this past year and to the whole staff that supported us as we established ourselves. Safety truly relies on a healthy work culture, and everyone has been super receptive to any number of changes and updates that have been thrown at them. So thanks for making my job really easy and a ton of fun. And finally, thanks to our co-founders, Garrett and Sean. I was initially attracted to 9 Mile for a casual position because of the air of camaraderie and connection that emanates from the tap room. I thought it would be a great environment to be part of after a week spent chipping away at my PhD, because who doesn't love beer, good music, and great conversations, right? But what I ended up finding was a workplace that was willing to invest in me, to find ways to support my career goals from within the craft beer industry, to provide mentorship and encouragement as I've honed my skills in technical writing and communications. Your commitment to your staff and your customers is reiterated at every turn. Thank you for putting safety first always. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to grow into our operations team that began with taking on a safety role in the middle of a global health crisis.
Congratulations, Cassie. Well done. Each year we present the Safe Employer Award to an employer who embraces safety as a core value and builds safety best practices into every task. These employers understand that promoting health and safety at work results in improved employee morale, reduced costs arising from injuries and time loss, and decreased productivity. WorkSafe Saskatchewan is proud to recognize employers that strongly commit to health and safety and the well-being of their workers, contractors, and customers. It's thanks to these efforts that today, Saskatchewan has the 4th lowest total injury rate among Canadian provinces. And now, I'm pleased to introduce 3 finalists for this year's Safe Employer Award. They are Pro Canada West Energy, Fortune Oilfield Construction Company, and Collaborative Construction. Let's learn a bit more about how all of these companies are generating and cultivating a safety-first culture in their workplaces.
Hello, my name is Ethan Gardner, and I'm the Health, Safety, and Environmental Manager for Pro Canada West Energy. Pro Canada West is a pipeline and civil construction company with head offices in Mydale, Saskatchewan. Pro Canada West has been in business since 2011, and since then we have specialized in solution mining piping construction. We have 2 field offices very close to the Cape Lacesse and Mosaic Belle Plaine potash mines. Our submission for the 2021 Safe Employer Award came almost immediately after a major milestone for our company. As a company, we had just recently eclipsed our 10-year, 3 million LTI hours free of any major incidents. So when we first began work at the potash mines, it became evident really early that the requirements of our clients and the mining regulations were written or built for companies that worked underground, companies that worked in a plant setting. They weren't really designed for a pipeline construction company. And we realized that we were going to have to change the way that we did things to survive in this industry. Our senior management decided early on that instead of treating this situation as a roadblock, that we would do everything in our power to make it our competitive advantage. We were going to try to be the safest and most efficient company that we could possibly be. Many companies had come before us and they tried to find a way around certain regulations or certain problems, but we felt like it was best for us to hit it head on, find solutions, and know that in the years after that, it would make things much easier for us. Being nominated for this award means a great deal to us. It's one thing to hear praise from clients or subcontractors about the safe work that we do, but to be named one of the safest companies to work at in Saskatchewan is truly special for us. Winning this award would mean so much to the people of this company, from the frontline workers to the HSE team to our president. Our 10-year LTI-free record has been a huge validation to the hard work we've put in, but I feel like this award would be extra special, and I think it would really add to the identity of our company into the next decade.
I'm Derek Wu. I'm the owner-operator of Collaborative Construction in Regina. Collaborative Construction has been in business for close to 10 years. We are a 10-man crew focusing primarily on renovations, all types of construction from additions, interior kitchens, renos, bathrooms, as well as a bunch of commercial projects, everything from brand new to large-scale renovations. I saw that they made announcements for the nominations, and I figured that it was something that we pride ourselves on, where we treat our team like family. We want our guys to be safe at all times. Every morning we have a scrum, which we call, where we meet with our team and we go through every job list and we'll identify what to look out for when it comes to hazards, whether that be the smallest thing to something potentially large. When it comes to identifying hazards, that's just something that comes with a little bit of training and a lot of experience. A lot of our guys have 15 years of experience in the construction industry, where, thank God, they probably haven't witnessed anything to the extent of how far it could be, but have seen areas where a person could have been at risk or have either experienced ways to prevent that person being at risk. We know our guys got to go back to their families, and we want them to always go back home safe and sound. Safety has evolved even from a fashion level, right? And there's something to be said about the dirty hands, clean money style of how guys in the trades would typically look to how they are now. And I think it's cool to be safe. And in that sense, that safety has become part of our mandate. It's been a part of our DNA since day one. If we were named the winner, that obviously speaks to our team and our mandate to keep our guys safe. It's a good way for us to give attaboys to ourselves. And I think it instills to the guys like, hey, we are doing this for a reason. Renovations are obviously at the soul of what we do, but the safety is a real close second. It'd be awesome to win it. At the same time, we're happy to be simply nominated as well.
My name is Riley Sandwick. I'm the CEO with Fortune Oilfield Construction. We've been incorporated since 2008 in Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. We got a number of different avenues that we chase down. I guess earthworks and concrete were kind of our staples that we've started out with Fortune. Moving into a logistics world, so we do a lot of trucking. We've really implemented that division. We serve most of Western Canada in different facets and different industries, but it's been a fun success so far. At Fortune, we've really been working tirelessly to ensure our safety programs are being upheld. And not only upheld, but being engaging our employees, so we're actually, getting some kind of feedback that's positive as to what we're doing. So we're trying to really find a way to, engage and get the feedback from the people that are utilizing the documentation and practicing these policies that are implemented. So with that practice and that effort from our team over the past couple of years, I thought it would be a good idea to submit some of the, procedures and administration that they've developed and hopefully help somebody else. Being nominated is very proud. Our entire team is ecstatic about it. They recognize the efforts being put in, so something such as a nomination is absolutely, we're thankful. It's a great achievement as far as we're concerned. We're happy to build on it. It's a continuation of creating a positive culture. Having our employees come in here knowing that we have their backs in the most positive way, and so everybody's gonna be proud of where they're coming to work. Be proud going home and telling their friends where they are. Consistency creates certainty. So if we can keep on our day-to-day, scopes of work, we have the tools and the direction, the administration, the documentation to continuing doing this no matter where we are, in what field, from oil and gas to commercial, residential, wherever we're working. We apply our same practices to this 20 scope. And I think by doing that creates a certainty we can bring across the board to any company, which instills quite a bit of confidence in our abilities.
I'm pleased to announce that the winner of this year's Safe Employer Award winner is Pro Canada West Energy.
First things first, we would like to thank WorkSafe Saskatchewan for honoring us with this prestigious award. Your contributions to keeping workers safe in this province are an inspiration. We would like to thank some of our major clients, especially Mosaic and Cape Lassess, for their mentorship while we were in the process of developing our safety program. Their expectations of perfection when it comes to keeping our workers safe and the leadership they provided to get us to this point is incredibly appreciated. Personally, I would like to thank Terry Halcrow, who was the HSE manager for Pro Canada West from 2013 to 2020, while I was one of the on-site safety coordinators. He was in large part the driving force in creating the safety culture that we have today, and all the employees of Pro Canada West owe him a debt of gratitude. Last but not least, we would like to thank our entire team at Pro Canada West, from the frontline workers to the senior management. It hasn't been the easiest process over the past 10 years, and it took commitment from all levels to get here. It's rare that you get to look back at a decade of work and not have any what ifs or regrets. The opportunity to work for a company that has sent each and every one of their workers home safely makes us all very proud, and thank you to everyone that made this possible.
Congratulations, Ethan and the team at Pro Canada West Energy. Well done. As we all know, workplace safety has taken on new meaning as a result of COVID-19. Over the last 2 years, employers and workers have had to work extra hard to ensure a healthy and secure work environment. In response, the WCB also implemented several measures to soften the pandemic's impact on workers and employers. And yet, this year's award submissions demonstrate that with enough ingenuity, drive, and commitment, organizations can continue to balance safety and productivity, protect the health and well-being of workers, and prevent workplace injuries and fatalities from occurring. I'd like to again congratulate all of the nominees and winners today for your strong advocacy for workplace safety. Accomplishing work safety goals is only possible with each of you, our customers, our workers, and employers of this province, who walk and talk the safety talk each day. Thank you so much, and I'll turn it over to Annette for closing comments.
Thank you, Kevin. As we wrap up today's awards, I'd again like to thank and congratulate this year's award winners and nominees for your steadfast commitment to making your workplaces safe. Your efforts demonstrate that each and every one of us has a role to play in reducing workplace hazards and preventing injuries. It is only through our collective efforts that we can continue making strides towards fostering safe workplaces in Saskatchewan. I hope you enjoy the rest of Compensation Institute today, which will start again at 1 p.m.
Thanks so much, Annette, and big congratulations to all of our award winners. I have a game code for you, and appropriately enough, it's WorkSafe, WORKSAFE. You can enter that into the gamification tab right now or just before 1 when we resume. Our next presenter coming up is Theo Heineman, Safety Management Systems and Health and Safety in the Workplace expert. Passionate about keeping workers safe, uses powerful stories to inspire owners, managers, and workers into action and collaboration to create safe and healthy workplaces, and a 4-time winner of the Better Business Bureau's Marketplace Ethics and Integrity Award. Come back to us at 1 o'clock for Theo Heineman. We'll see you then.